Hey, this is Dr. Willie Jolley, and I have only just a minute, only 60 seconds in it, forced upon me. I can't refuse it. I didn't seek it. I didn't choose it, but it's up to me to use it. I must suffer if I lose it, give account if I abuse it. Just a tiny little minute, but our eternities are wrapped up in it. And I'm grateful for this minute, this moment on this beautiful day in the new year of 2021. Are you ready to make this year the best year of your life? Are you ready that we're into the new year? We're a bit into it now, but many have not made the commitment to say, I'm ready to really, for serious, make this my best year. So I'm excited about you being on with me today, and I want to welcome you. Thank you for tuning in from wherever you are, and I want you to do something for me. First thing I ask everybody to do every week is to start a watch party. Start a watch party, like it, share it, and tell friends and family members to tune in, turn on, because it's you who help me grow this audience. And what I'm excited about is the sessions and the lessons that we've been sharing and the response from all of these sessions and lessons that people have said, that was good. I needed that. So please share this with your friends and family members because we want to grow our audience so that we can impact, inspire, uplift, and encourage millions and millions of people around the globe. And so we want people all over the country and around the world. I'm excited about your being part of our community. Jollygoodnews.org is the website for this faith-based message that we generate every week. Jollygoodnews.org. Go and get some of the resources, learn about what we're doing, the books in prisons, the videotapes and streams of positive messages to schools to keep kids from going to prison, and even helping some organizations who are trying to feed people through this tough time. So we're trying to do as much as we can do, and we need to have partners like you to be involved and to know about what we're doing and to pray for us. We always ask people, pray for us, pray that we would do the work we are sent here to do and do it with a spirit of excellence. So I'm grateful for that. I'm also grateful because I got to always let you know about my XM show and the guest I have on my XM show. And this week is one for the books. A lot of things happened this week that are very exciting. We're going to talk about the inauguration of Joe Biden as the new president. Whether you're a Republican or a Democrat, we as Americans have to be excited about the new administration, the new beginning, the new day, because we've got to do work here in America. We got to get rid of this coronavirus, and it's going to take everybody working together. This virus is not stopping, it's not playing. So it's going to take everybody working together. And then about the fact that we've got to think about all of the divisiveness and all of the pain and anguish that has been created, the drama, trauma. We have to get past that. Remember what it was like right after 9/11, how Americans came together, black, white, rich, poor, Democrat, Republican, liberal, conservative, didn't care because we were under attack. Well, we're under attack again now with this virus. And so we've got to come together. So I want to applaud the new president, the vice president. I want to applaud them and I want to celebrate them and pray for them. And that's what I want them to do well, because they do well, we do well. Am I right about it? Am I right about it? So my XM show today, though, is one that will inspire you, encourage you, and uplift you during these challenging times. It is with the number one, there's no question about this, the number one motivational speaker on the planet, the one and only Les Brown. That's right. Les Brown is my guest. He's considered to be the greatest motivational speaker on the planet Earth. He developed himself by refusing to accept the limitations others attempted to place on him. From his birth, he was born in an abandoned building with his twin brother, Wesley, and they were adopted by a single woman, and they were raised by her. Les had learning difficulties. Oh, really, what they did not know was he had a higher level of consciousness, but he did not know how to express it. He went from failing in class and school to grades and struggling until he was encouraged by a mentor, Mr. Washington, who one day when he said that he was what the kids called him, they said he was the dumb twin. And they said, and Mr. Washington said, what? Yeah, I'm the dumb twin. And he came from around his desk and said, don't ever let anybody's opinion of you become your reality. And he said that they changed him and made him realize there was something greater inside of him. Well, Les went on and graduated from high school and started working with the Miami Sanitation Department, a trash man. And he did that for a while. And then he was able to get a job at a radio station, cleaning up the radio station. And he was able to trans in from being on the radio or cleaning the radio station to being on the radio. And when he was on the radio, he became one of the top disc jockeys in Miami. And he went from Miami to Ohio, where he would get to an even bigger station and became the #1 disc jockey in Columbus, Ohio. And then became a community activist. And then he was elected to the Ohio State Legislature. And he represented a district in Ohio for a number of years. And out of that, he started giving speeches and found his genius and became one of the greatest communicators on the planet. He never went to college, but he's spoken at Harvard and Oxford, and many of the great colleges asked him to come and speak. And he was struggling at one point with his income as a trash man, but now he's able to command hundreds of thousands of dollars to speak all over the world for an hour. Just amazing what has happened. And he likes to say something I love. He says that, and I have it on my desk over here, life is a fight for territory. When you stop fighting for what you want, what you don't want automatically takes over. So I'm saying to you, you got to fight for what you want, and you got to keep fighting through life. So Les has gone on to be inducted in the Speaker Hall of Fame. He's been inducted into the all the side societies for great speakers. He's been named one of the top 5 speakers in the world. He's been given the Golden Gavel Award, the highest level you can get from the Toastmasters organization. He's been the host of numerous PBS specials. He's won an Emmy Award for one of those specials. He's also had a syndicated radio show, syndicated television show, and he is also the author of a number of books. Live Your Dream, It's Not Over Till I Win, and his new book, You Gotta Be Hungry, which I tell people all the time is my favorite message in his speech. He tells this story, You Gotta Be Hungry, about how he got on the radio in Miami and how he was able to be wise and to use his skills and be prepared for the opportunity when it came. You know, they say luck is when you find an opportunity and preparation and they coincide. So it's a great, great speech. You got to be hungry. In fact, for many years, we were on tour together on the Get Motivated tour, and I would open the tour. I replaced Zig Ziglar on the tour when Zig passed, and Zig used to open the tour. I replaced Zig, so I would be at the arena early in the morning, and I would do my session, and I would sign books and meet people, and then after mid-morning, late morning, I'd go back to the hotel, and Les would be the closing speaker about 5 o'clock. But often, many times, almost every city, we did 2 cities a week, I would slip back into that arena right before Les went on, because I was waiting for him to say that speech, a part of his speech. You gotta be hungry. And tell that story about drink, rock, drink. Drink, rock, drink. And when he tells that story, go online, look for that speech. You got to be hungry. It is hilarious. It is funny. It's powerful. It's motivating, and it will inspire you. And you want to see it when he did it in front of 80,000 people at the Georgia Dome. It was perfection. So he's my guest. Let me give you a couple of tips that he gave on this week's show that will inspire. He said, this is the golden age for those who are positive thinkers. And because of the fact of this thing we're using right now, technology, he said, if you got a computer or you got a phone or you got an iPad or whatever, you got some sort of device and you can get on the internet, This is the golden age. This is the time when you should be learning as much as you can about technology, because things are going to open up in ways that are going to blow our minds. And you want to be on that wave. You want to be part of that. So this is great. He said, in common times, create uncommon times, create uncommon opportunities. So you got to look for the opportunities that are all around you that can change your life, change your family, change your finances. You must work on your mindset. Always work on your mindset, because your mindset will be the driving force to your long-term success. How you think is how you act. How you act or how you behave will be the way that you create your destiny. So always work on your mindset. Remember, you got to invest in your mindset and put things into your mindset. Garbage in, garbage out. Good stuff in, good stuff out. And he talks about speaking and how the greatest influences are those who are able to convey an idea, to tell a story that they can influence. Well, we know the greatest influencer, the greatest storyteller, he called him a parable, was a carpenter from Galilee. His name was Jesus. He was 30 years old when he started his public ministry. And he was only on the earth in ministry for 3.5 years. But in that 3.5 years, he changed the world, so much so that we even count time for him. The time before his death, the time after his death. The time before his birth, the time after his death. And he told stories. Stories, one story after another. He told a story about a parable about a prodigal son who took all of his inheritance and spent it up in wild, loose living. And one day he came to himself. I know you got some family members you hope would come to themselves, right? But he came to himself when he was in the pig side with the pigs, eating the slop of the pigs. He said, I could be with my father. I could live with the servants. I'd do better than what I'm doing now. And he went back to his father, and father saw him from afar off and ran to kiss his neck and put him on the best robe and killed the fatted calf and had a party. He said, and his brother was upset. He said, you've never given me a party. Father said, everything I have is yours. But your brother was lost, and now he's found. And that's such a great story about forgiveness, about understanding and not holding grudges, not being bitter. We can learn so much from these parables. Well, the greatest influences are storytellers. So that's why I look at my speaking. If you ever hear me speak, you look online, I tell one story after another story after another story. And that's why when we teach in our speaking course, in fact, if you are interested in the speaking course, is youcanspeaknow.com. Youcanspeaknow.com. In the speaking course, we teach how to tell stories, how to get up and going in your speaking business, how to improve your communication. One other thing he talked about, knowledge is the new currency, and those who can give impacted and impactful knowledge can create more income. Most people focus on the opposition rather than the opportunities. Focus on the opportunities. We'll deal with the opposition. There's going to always be opposition, but deal with them while you look for the opportunities. This is the time for people to think new thoughts, think big thoughts about the future, and move forward with their dreams. That's why I love his book, Live Your Dreams. Re-examine your life. He talked about Aristotle, who said, Socrates, who said, for the unexamined life is not worth living. The unexamined, you don't know where you're going. You're not doing anything. You're not living your life. You're missing out on living life. Focus on what's possible, not just what's probable. Great interview today at 4 o'clock, channel 141, channel 14141, Sirius XM. It'll be on podcast by the end of next week. But let me tell you one other new exciting thing. With this interview with Les, we are launching Jolley Media, because it's not just going to be Sirius XM and the podcast, but it's also going to be Jolley Television. And we're going to this is the first interview I've done where it was audio and visual. It's video. So we're going to have a video channel of these interviews I did. I did another one just a couple of days ago after doing Les's interview with Damon John from Shark Tank. I'll talk about him when we get to promote his show. But I want you to know that we're moving forward through this pandemic. We're creating new opportunities. This Jolly Good News report came up out of this pandemic. The Happily Married Mondays with the Jollies on Monday nights, 9 o'clock, came up out of the pandemic. Daily 1-minute motivational messages by video. If you're on my newsletter, winwithwillie.com, winwithwillie.com, sign up for the newsletter. We send out a free 60-second video every day, 60-second, 1-minute video to inspire you. All because we want to reach people and shift, pivot, and move in a new direction and make this time of a pandemic the best time of our lives. You can do the same. I'm encouraging you to do the same. So this is a great time to be alive, a great time to do what you were brought here to do what you were given to do. And so I'm excited about the future and the possibilities. Now, let's talk about this week's message. This week, I want to talk about something that came to my mind from my book, A Setback is a Setup for a Comeback. And this is a result of getting a call from a gentleman who said, I need to buy another copy of that CD that you have where you had 60 or 71-minute messages on this CD. I said, wonder which one that was. I couldn't remember what it was. So I called my assistant and said, which one is the video? God, we had so many CDs and DVDs and programs. She said, oh, that's on your Money Making Music and Motivation package. I remember it, Money Making Minutes. And he told me which one it was, about the fact not to worry. Bobby McFerrin had a famous song called Don't Worry, Be Happy. And everybody bounced around about that song. It's all a cappella song. It was fabulous. For those who've never heard it, you want to go online and listen to that song. Don't worry, be happy. Anyway, Bobby McFerrin had that song, and it struck something on my mind, the fact that you should not let worry get you down. Don't let worry keep you from running, just going crazy. Don't let worry throw you into a tizzy. Don't let worry stop you from being all that you can be. You don't want to awfulize and catastrophize and not worry. Now, what does that mean? Awfulize and catastrophize. Once you panic, you cannot panic. You lose the ability to think clearly. And when you lose the ability to think clearly, you make poor choices. When poor decisions are made, they tend to aggravate the problem and create more problems, adding loss to loss. This is called awfulizing and catastrophizing. In other words, you create a picture of how awful things are and how they're going to create one catastrophe after another catastrophe, all resulting from a small incident. It's like a snowball rolling down a hill, getting bigger and bigger at that all the time, like a beautiful sweater that a small thread was loose, and you pull it until the whole sweater unravels and falls completely apart. You're going to have moments where you're going to have some setbacks, but it's about your attitude, and that therefore you must not worry. The Bible talks about it. It said, what good does it make to worry? It's not going to add 1 minute, 1 moment, 1 second to your life. Why worry? And in the book, I talk about something, and this was what made him want to reach out to me. He said, I couldn't remember that piece, which was, why worry? It's called Why Worry. When all is said and done, there are only 2 things to worry about. Either you're well or you're sick. Now, if you're well, there's nothing to worry about. And if you're sick, there's only 2 things to worry about. Either you're going to get well or you're going to die. Now, if you get well, hey, there's nothing to worry about. And if you die, you only got 2 things to worry about. You either go to heaven or you go to hell. Now, if you go to heaven, hey, you got nothing to worry about. And if you go to hell, Well, it's too late to worry now anyway, so no need to worry. Folks, what I'm encouraging you to do is not to worry. Don't fill yourself with the worry of the world. We got a lot of stuff that's going on, a lot of negative, but it can overwhelm you. That is why I encourage people not to dwell on all the bad news all day long. Don't sit in front of the television 24/7 taking in all the bad news. Get enough of it, in the morning or in the evening, but get on with your life. Get motivated. Get excited about your life. How do you do that? Well, your input determines your output. Now, what does that mean? Garbage in, garbage out. You got to fill yourself up with the pure, the powerful, the positive. I make a point every day, every single day. Here's my routine. I wake up, eyes wake up. I say, thank you, God, for another day. I say, thank you. I literally, verbally explain and exclaim, I'm grateful. Thank you for another day. I get up and I go to the bathroom. I come back and have prayer. I thank God for life and strength. I thank God for another day. Then I pray for my family. I pray for my friends. I pray for people. I pray for this country. I pray for people in leadership. I pray for people and I pray for others. And I ask God to use me this day to make a difference. I need to do two things. I need to make a difference and make a dollar. I need to make a difference and make a dollar because I got to make sure we make a difference and make a profit. Because if we only make a difference, then we cannot sustain it over time because we don't have the resources to food, to housing, the fact that we could pay staff. And if we only focus on the dollar, the profit, then we'll forget about the difference, the why we're here. The why is critically important. Why are you here? Why are you here? What's your reason? What's your purpose? It's not just to eat up the food, drink up the water, suck up the air. You have a reason. You have a reason to be here. And that is your why. Then when you mix your why with your what, your purpose and your passion, and you make a impact, wherever there's impact, income can follow. You want to start creating greater value, impact. Whatever it is you're doing, keep working on creating greater impact so that there will be greater income to be generated. So what I'm encouraging people to do, don't worry. Don't fill yourself up with the worries of the world. Fill yourself up with the pure, the powerful, and the positive. Be grateful for every day. There are all sorts of challenges all around us. We know that. But you got something to be grateful for. Find something. Find something every day. I find something to be grateful for. I'm grateful for life. I'm grateful for strength. I'm grateful. Now, you know that we had a new president this week, Joe Biden, and he said something that was profound. And he said, look, we're in a tough time. It's been a tough time, but we can get through this. Together, we can get through this. So I'm going to close today's show a little early so I can play a video that is a song that was recorded about 20 years ago. And it's one of these moments where I know God was using me, and it's a duet of the national anthem, a 2-stanza version. I've never heard a 2-stanza version before we did this video, and it's powerful. Oh, it's powerful. It will bless you. Enjoy this version of the national anthem featuring Mrs. Jane Jenkins Herlong. And at that point, it wasn't Dr. Willie Jolley. It was just a younger Willie Jolley. But it will make you stand up and clap because it's God using us to say that America is the land of the free, the home of the brave. And so enjoy, have a great week on purpose, and remember your best is yet to come. Enjoy the video. God bless you.
broad stripes and bright stars.